We are back, people of YouTube, playing more Planescape Torment Enhanced Edition. So let's get a move on. Do a little bit of backtracking. Oh, getting attacked by hive bugs, I see. Of course, of course. They just always want to get in our way. Yes, the Karok sings true, Dakon. We are, absolutely destroying these guys. Alright. Rusty Dagger. 7 and 2 copper commons. So I'm going to take a look here at my journal. Let's see here. Retrieve Porphyron's necklace. Yes. I met a man in the hive with shifting lines on his face. He claims to be a soldier from some religious order, but his vows won't let him raise his hand in violence against another. He said a group of thugs in the hive had taken his necklace of prayer beads from him. He said he had last seen the thugs by a bar that burns inside, and that they were dressed in red and black. I told him I'd fetch his necklace for him. Find Nestor's fork. I believe we have Nestor's fork. I've agreed to help the Flophouse loon, Nestor, find his fork. The poor sod seemed quite deranged, carrying around a severed ear in his pocket and talking to it like it could hear him. But I don't suppose it could do any harm to look for a fork for him. Find Emerisi for Nod. We know... I'm just reminding myself really quickly, because I know where most of these are. A collector named Nod asked me to find his sister, Emerisi, and speak to her for him. He describes her as an attractive young woman living somewhere in that she was fair-skinned with black hair. Always wore blue. I've agreed to help him. Help Savtai get her revenge. We might have, I think we might have done that already. I think I just have to go talk to her again. I ran into a strange woman, Savtai, by the Dustman Memorial outside the mortuary. She was mourning the death of her 3 sisters, who had been attacked by a group of chaos men called the Starved Dogs Barking. She asked me to kill 3 of their number to avenge the death of her sisters, and I agreed. She said her sisters were attacked a few blocks directly south of the mortuary. I could probably find these starved dogs there. Find a way to help Ingress. I think we need to go and talk to her also. I met a mad woman named Ingress running around in the hive outside the mortuary. She was raving about doors and keys, and she claimed that the whole city was a series of portals to other places. She said when she was a young girl, she accidentally stepped through and ended up trapped in the city. If I can find an experienced planewalker, perhaps he could guide her home. Yes, thought we might have done that already. Find a tombstone for the Crier of S-Anon, and we need to go to the big black stone monument and wall area by the mortuary too for this quest. I encountered a wandering monk in the hive who was mourning a destroyed city called S-Anon. Apparently, he is one of the last citizens of that city, and he now travels the plains attempting to keep the memory of the city alive. To free him from his task, I suggested he use a tombstone and offered to go find a tombstone on which to carve the name of S-Anon. When I find one, I'll carve the name, then return. Okie dokie. Find July for Craddock. He's up by the smoldering corpse, I think. When I delivered Craddock the message from Bane, he got angry, apparently. Craddock, oh, we already talked to him. Right. Craddock's missing one of his workers, a tiefling drunkard by the name of July. He said he's most likely stumbling around on the street outside the smoldering corpse bar. Right. I said I'd go see if I could find him, then come back and let Craddock know. free Angar from his dead contract and return it to him and his wife. A man named Angar has signed a dead contract with the Dustmen, which will allow them to reanimate Angar's body after his death for use as an undead servant. Angar regrets having signed it sorely, which has caused both him and his wife great anguish. I've offered to go speak with the Dustman who dealt with Angar, Mortai Gravesend, who should be within the Gathering Dust Bar. When I obtain the contract, I'll take it back to Angar and his wife and give it to them. Look into the matter of the mausoleum. Norok, a dustman I met in the Gathering Dust Bar, told me of a mausoleum where the dead walk. He wanted me to look into the matter. He said the mausoleum entrance north and west of Dustman Memorial outside of the mortuary. He said I should go to the archway, make a semicircle over my heart with my right index finger. Then the entrance would open. If I can find the problem in the mausoleum and solve it, then I'll return to Norok and let him know. And there's remove Requin's stench. I met a man named Requin, who's been cursed to perpetually excrete foul bodily odors from every orifice. Perhaps I could find a way to help him. He said he was cursed by some fat balding man who favors dressing in orange. The curse spitter probably lives in one of the upper wards where Requin used to live. Deliver box to Quatra, and I think I remember where she is. Somewhere near the mortuary, I think. I have accepted the task of delivering a strange box to a person named Quatra. Mar says this fellow can usually be found down in the southeastern section of the hive. Find a spell ruby for Jerem. I think that these two quests are connected. The deliver box to Quatra and the find a spell ruby for Jerem are connected. A spellcaster named Jerem is searching for a ruby to complete one of his spells. He has promised to make it worth my while. If I should bring one to his house in Ragpicker Square. I guess I should just read all these. I think I already read those ones, but I'm gonna read this one. I spoke with the dustman named Emmerich, who not only knew the collector Farod, but he was suspicious of Farod's fresh supply of corpses that he was dropping off at the mortuary. I offered to look into the matter, and Emmerich promised to reward me for finding out where the corpses were coming from. Right. Find out where Farod's corpses are coming from for the man in Ragpicker Square. I have agreed to help a man in Ragpicker Square find out more about Farod's seemingly endless supply of corpses. He has offered to pay me for the information. He also told me that to find Farod, I would need to follow the platforms over the square north and west to a gate. The gate should lead to this bolt hole. Find Craddock for Bane the Sender. I agreed to deliver a message for a man named Bane the Sender. Bane said the person I need to deliver the message to was named Craddock, and it said to be is said to be an overseer in a marketplace somewhere in the hive. The only description Bane could give me of Craddock was that he was a giant, stern-looking man. I'll keep my eye out for him. If I find Craddock, I'll deliver the message, then go back and tell Bane. Alrighty. Oh, you can enter search terms. So. Okay, and I'm not gonna go through the journal. It'd be crazy. I'm gonna save those for a bit later. Just keep that kind of stuff spread out a little bit. All right, so what can I do here? I can see. I believe I can talk to Death of Names to have the name inscribed. Possibly. Let's see. You see Death of Names. He is standing at the monument with the same crooked smile, his arm cradled against the head. It's gonna be hard to remember all these characters' voices. Greetings. Once again, his eyes seem to slide over to you. Name. The way he speaks the word, it sounds like the tolling of a bell. Okay. I'd like to bury a name. He nods, then unfolds his small hand from where it is cradled on his side. It looks atrophied. It is the size of a child's hand. Stink to bury a name. 3 coppers, 3. Something like that, maybe. S. Anon.
Updated my journal.
500 experience points. The coppers fall into Death of Name's hand, and he tucks his arm back to his side. His eyes, now suddenly alive, roll to the back of his head, then snap forward and begin scanning the monolith and walls of the memorial area. Wait. Catches sight of a spot on the wall, and he quickly scuttles over to it, hunches down, then begins to chip at the wall. He stops a few moments later, hops up, then returns to you. Buried. The word has a finality about it that makes you uncomfortable. Thank you. Farewell. Alrighty. Journal completed. Let's see here. Oh, I guess I probably read these. I can read these. A strange woman with taloned hands. This was at like the beginning of the series. A strange woman with taloned hands and tallow-colored flesh on the second floor mortuary embalming room mistook me for a zombie and asked me to fetch some embalming fluid and needle and thread for her. It took a little while, but I was finally able to find some and deliver them. And I know it's sort of redundant, like rereading this. It is like its own version of the game, like the story in the game journal. And I didn't read these as much as I probably should have when I played this game off, before I ever started the series. So it's nice reading them. I dropped off the ink to Mebeth, and in so doing, I completed all the tasks that Mebeth asked of me. In exchange, she offered to teach me the way of the art if I still wanted to learn. And yeah, that was learn the ways of the art from Mebeth. Find the herbs that Mebeth needs. I found the fruit merchant Mebeth. I found the fruit. Oh yeah, I found the fruit merchant Mebeth out, but he doesn't have the herbs I need. He told me I'd have to go find a gardener in order to get the herbs I need. I can't imagine I would find a gardener alive. Find a gardener as Mebeth's herbs. I spoke with a man named Mourns for Trees who helped me grow the herbs I needed just by willing the seed to grow. Now I have this black barbed branch wrapped around my wrist. I better take it back to Mebeth and get it pulled off. Get Mebeth's wash from Griscoral. I picked up Mebeth's wash from Griscoral. He went a little heavy. Oh, here comes the train. Try to not talk too much right as it passes to see if it might not go through the sound gate. Anyway. He went a little heavy on the cleaning ritual, though her wash is so heavily starched that they look like a bunch of green boards stacked on top of each other. In any event, I returned them to Mebeth. Okay. Get ink for Mebeth from Kasajai. Of course, when I spoke to Kasajai, she had none of the ink that Mebeth said she had. She told me the only place she knew of to get Mebeth's ink was from a Bergota fin, but she didn't sell it. She said I should try Miriam, a fishwife who sold her wares on a street just south of the market. Find Miriam, get the ink from Mebeth. I finally got the ink from Miriam, a whole tankard full. Now I can take this foul mess back to Mebeth. Who knows? Maybe I can get her to drink it. Yes. Okay. That's what I want to read. Because I wouldn't have. I love those little bits. Deliver ink to Mebeth. I dropped the ink back off to Mebeth. She agreed to teach me the ways of the art. I hope it's worth it. I felt like an idiot walking through the hive carrying a tankard of ink. Fled from a fish and trying not to spill any. I'm beginning to wonder if maybe every crazy person in the hive is really crazy, but is really just running one of Mebeth's errands. Brilliant. Alrighty, so I think we might be able to talk to Sevtai. Okay. I could lie, but I'm not gonna do it. No good news yet. I'm still hunting down those chaos. Oh, and wait, she says, "You again." The woman turns to face you, her lips peeling back in a snarl. You have news for Sevtai. No good news yet. I'm still hunting down those Chaos Men. Okay. And I believe the person that we need to deliver that box to is in here. We tried talking to her before, but she had nothing to say. And yet another interruption. A person cannot even find privacy within one's own home. Please leave before I summon the guards. Or better yet, I'll try out a new spell I've been toying with. Oh wait, no. This isn't the person I'm looking for. The person I'm looking for. My apologies for disturbing you. Farewell. Who am I thinking of? I don't think we need to go back in to the mortuary. I believe one of the quests we could turn in is the house over here, Angar's house. Here. Always do the taunt. Always do the taunt. Very worth it. I will always speak the highest of praises for Mort's taunting abilities. 8 copper commons, bronze ring. It's more like a copper ring, but okay. Is this the right place? No. This is the tomb that we ended up after we found the portal out of the mortuary. And here we go. Angyar. You see Angyar doesn't look any better than before. As you approach him again, he turns slowly to face you. His face tightens. "Ye again? Didn't ye hear me the first time, ye pox-ridden dog? Get out of me house, or I'll help the powers. Or help the powers. I'll carve you where you stand." Whew, he willikers. Show him his Dustman contract. As you pull out the contract, the blood drains out of Angar's face. For a moment, he seems at a loss for words, then his temper quickly resurfaces. "Where did ye get that? By the powers, you'd best tell me." "Your wife told me where it was. She was worried about you." Or no. Tear up the contract.
Dated my journal.
You tear up the parchment, and Angar's eyes follow the bits of paper as they float to the ground with a desperate look. He shudders slightly, then straightens, as if a great weight was lifted from him. Yeah. He looks like he is about to thank you, then stops and stares at you suspiciously. "Nothing's free. Not in the hive, Cutter. Consider this free, and expect a lot of rules in the hive to change while I'm around. Yeah, boy." 750 XP. Angar's angry expression crumbles. He looks tired of fighting his good fortune. I must have prayed to the right powers this past half month. Ye have me thanks, Cutter, for whatever that's worth. Actually, perhaps you can help me. I have some questions. Angar nods. Ask your questions. Let's see. Can I ask why you signed the Dustman contract? Perhaps it's the sheer amount of riches and wealth that surrounds ye that distracts ye. We have less than nothing, and I needed Jink. Didn't seem to matter too much at the time where it might come from. And selling me body to the Dusties is a lot more honest than most work around here. What caused you to change your mind? It's just... I saw one of them zombies on the streets half a month ago. One of them zombies that work for the Dusties. And it stabbed me. In my heart, I knew I'd made a mistake. I didn't want to be any part of that after death. Okay.
We've all had our share of mistakes.
Angar grunts.
I suppose so. I had some other questions. I'm looking for a man named Farah. Do you know where I can find him?
Angar nods. Aye, that name be known to me, and not a fond name it is either.
What can you tell me about him?
He frowns. He's one of them collectors, and one with a long shadow. Has quite a few boys at his beck and call. He may not be a lord of the realm, but he's not a smart one to tangle with, lord or no.
Lectors?
Human vultures, jackals, hyenas, filthy burks who ain't got a shred of dignity. Most of them have their kip in Ragpicker Square. Gather up the deaders, scuttle everything worth jink from the bodies. Sell them back to the dusties at the mortuary.
Why do they do that?
Dusties pay for bodies, helps them keep the streets clean when the rains aren't enough. Jeez.
So Farad is one of these collectors. Do you know where I could find him?
Updated my journal.
Oh, 500 more XP for something I already know a ton about. Cool. Yeah, so even though I've asked 1,000 people this question and I basically know exactly where he is, I still get 500 XP. Woohoo! Aye, but I wouldn't be doing ye a favor telling it to ye. His frown deepens. One of me kin fell into his lot a few months back and spilled some of the dark of old Farad. To hear tell, Farad's actually got his kit buried somewhere under Ragpicker Square. To get to it, there's some kind of portal you need to jump through while carrying some junk in your hand.
Where is Ragpicker Square, even though I've been there?
It's a few blocks from here. Go straight west from the mortuary gate. Keep going until you start seeing trash and rags piled up everywhere. You'd do best to walk carefully. The collectors there don't always wait for a body to die before collecting a corpse, you hear?
I have some other questions. Lost a journal of mine. Have you seen one?
Angar frowns and shakes his head. Haven't seen a thing such as that, Gutter.
Maybe you can answer some other questions for me then. Do you mind if I rest here?
Angar nods. That's the least I can do. I'll have me wife get some blankets out for you.
Thanks.
Oh, nice. Nice, cozy little place to call Kip for at least a evening or two. Alright, cast spells now, right? Yep. Huzzah! Spells. Alright. Yeah, I want him to have 2 Rain of Angers. Like Dakon's version of magic. Rest here again. Give that cinematic again. Plenty of time. Okay, gotta work. Alright, cool. Let's make a bit more forward progress. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna go down here because here's July. Quick save. You see a thin man with stained clothes, a hooked nose, and 2 stubby horns jutting from his forehead. He is stumbling about and muttering to himself. He stinks of brine, vomit, and cheap wine.
Are you July? If so, Craddock needs you back at the marketplace.
250 more XP.
Craddock.
The man's eyes widen.
Ah, Craddock. Me generous boss. Well, you can tell him this. He can bike off. And that he's a filthy dog. A cur of the lowest sort, and July's not working for him anymore.
He jabs you with his finger.
Tell him that.
Oh, another train. Okay.
I'll tell him from a distance. Farewell.
All right. And Amaryssi is over here somewhere. Oh, and let's talk to Morns for Trees. Actually, really quickly. Morns for Trees smiles widely upon seeing you. Ah, my friend, you've returned. Something you wished of me?
No, I wanted to ask Dakon to help you.
One finds your request most intriguing. Trees in the hive, like cities in limbo. They would stand as a testament to the will of the people, not to bow to that which would surround and devour them. To take what has been thrust upon them or left behind and make good of it. I too will care for these trees.
Thanks. I had some other questions, Morns. Any change in the trees yet?
500 more XP, baby. Yes, friend, there has been. It's so slight you can barely see it. But look, fresh sap from the trunk. And a handful of new buds. It's only a matter of time now. I thank you again for giving me hope once more.
My pleasure. I had some more questions.
I actually don't have more.
I feel stronger.
Ding ding a ling ding ding a ling ding. Level up, level up. Spell memorization abilities have increased. 0 characteristic points gained. 1 hit point gained. Alrighty. Spellbook. More magic missiles. More Adder's Kiss. Let's see. Level 3 spells yet? No. Another quick save. And what else can we get done here? Apparently I didn't take care of, yeah, there's still a starved dog barking thug over here. I missed one. We are getting attacked by more hive thugs. Let's see, keep taunting. Never stop taunting more. Oh, the Abishai. Oh. Okay. So it doesn't look like the Abishai is rushing me, so we should have enough time to take out these hive thugs. And this is a good opportunity for me to test the pacify spell I have gained. I have not used it in this game before, but I want to see. Oh, come on, take him out. All right, we need a little bit of distance. Okay, gonna have Mort taunt this guy so he starts running. Yeah. Since the Abishai is not super fast, it's perfect taunting these guys. Okay. Quick loot, dirty rat charm. Alright, okay, cool, it's letting me save. Let's see, hopefully he doesn't resist. Alright, let's do this. Pacify. Oh. Wait, what? Oh, did it pacify everything but the Abishai? Alright. Try this again. Ooh, hit. Okay, maybe it's immune. Okay, so I don't want to taunt it if I can help it right now. Let's see what I can do. I know it's immune to oh, it has magic resistance. Fantastic. Well, I also know it's immune to regular attacks. At least I remember it. Maybe I'm wrong. It might not be immune to regular attacks. It's certainly resisting most of my spells. Okay, those are pretty strong. Are those stronger than magic missiles? Okay. Injured. Adder's Kiss. Come on, baby. Adder's Kiss. Alright, well, Pacify certainly didn't work on the Abishai. I'm gonna take it off for now. I think that the Abishai will get all of its health back if we leave and then rest. Let's see. Too dangerous to rest here. Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm just gonna go back to Angier's house real quick. Rest there and come back with full spells. And hopefully that's enough. Dakon might be able to hit it with his weapon, because his weapon is considered magic, I believe. Let's hear. Dakon's Earthblade. Yes. Dako +1. So, I'm going to try to remember. I'm actually going to read that. I went the wrong way. I'm going to read that next episode, but I'm going to come in here and rest first. I also might just try to finish off the beastie if its health is still low. But I might try to do more than just use ranged magic. There's a chance I might be able to defeat it. Doubt it. I can spare a few minutes. Let's see. Was it the other way? Inventory is full. So I'm gonna drop some stuff on Mort. I have no idea how he carries things since he's floating skull. Yeah, bronze ring and like a dagger and some random stuff. Uninjured. Okay. So this is my best bet, probably. Projectiles look different. Oh great, the Hive Thugs are on me. I'm pretty sure I can get that spell for the Nameless one if I wanted it too, which is cool. But I have to study Dakon's ways, which is something I'll talk about more later. Don't want to give too much away. Let's experience it. Don't need to talk about it. I really do want to take out this Abishai though. I think we can do it. Quick save like 10 times. Okay. Let's try that again. Bugs always interrupting everything. Yeah, well. Can't do anymore. Oh, not raised dead. Clicked on the wrong thing. Keep on blasting. Alright, near death. So, going to have to try this, maybe? I want something different than the scalpel. Green steel knife, I think, might actually be able to hurt magical creatures. Or creature. Maybe? Yeah, we'll have to see. I don't think I have anything else that's magical. Like, I don't have any other magical weapons to use against it. Alright. Well, wait, hold on. Silly me. Oops, maybe I shouldn't have done that. I think we could do this. Go, go, go. All my spells? Yep. Alright. 4 damage. I think that was the Nameless one too. Alrighty. It's demoralized. That should help. It's beaten up on Mort pretty good. Oh, yeah. Nope. I guess that was just Dakon. 7,000 XP! Whoa! Okay. Now, I'm not saying I'm gonna go around killing all the Abishai for that sweet 7,000 XP, but I have like a moment to spare. No, I don't know. Can I really condone murder on the streets? Can I really? Oh, then probably. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I love you all. You're beautiful. I appreciate all of your care and all the all the things that are awesome about you guys. Thank you. Have a wonderful time wherever you are, whatever you are. Bye bye.